Alright, everybody and their grandma is going to be putting these things online. This is the TPCast wireless adapter for the Vive. Just came in. So, that just nicely slid off of there. Alright. Alright. Ooh, nice padded, sparkly padding. This should be the battery. Nice. And they matched the Vive blue of the packaging. Yeah, this is the battery and accessories. Boy, kind of hefty. I'm glad they decided not to put this on the back of the head, because that's one heavy little sucker. This is almost nothing. And of course this is the ceiling kind of transmitter thing, I guess. So, is there anything else in the box? Why, yes there is. Nice little lid there. Alright, looks like we got some sort of webbing strap. Nice little mesh bag with, looks like a cable. That is a little longer than I thought, but I understand it. This is what's going from the head unit to your battery pack. Maybe that's what this is. This is like the belt to go around your waist to hold the battery pack. Alright, and in this box we have the packaging, I have to say, is really nice. Where there's quality packaging, maybe there's quality product. We can only hope. Alright. Oh, so maybe this, this is the unit. Alright, here we go. Right there. Now this, by my understanding, basically has to plug into my current router. That's nice. Set that right there. Oh, they gave us a little cable. Probably won't be using that. And this is probably, yep, power supply. Alright. So there you have all the parts. And I guess we might as well take that out, even though I probably won't use it. I expected a smaller unit, a smaller set of cables. Maybe it's mixed up in this for the headset to the you know, the Vive to the little over-the-head mounted one. I thought they'd have like a little bitty... Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. This little bitty cable right there. And I guess what they're doing is they're taking the USB right from the battery pack. So that from the battery pack you got the power, USB, and then this is going into your headpiece. And then this, of course, is your very mini HDMI that will go from the headpiece into you as well. Ah, check this out. This is what they're doing. They're having you use this because it's a mesh bag and you can kind of see through it, so there's some airflow. So the idea is to take this with your battery, put it in that, take the strap, and hold it around your waist. you know, that's not too bad of an idea, because that way my intention is to make a couple of hooks that I could also hold my controllers onto my waist too, because sometimes, you know, you're sitting there and you want to put your controllers down, but there's nowhere to put them. So I was thinking about making a couple of hooks that little mini USB, micro USB to regular USB cable. I'm not sure why I would need this, but maybe I do. Maybe it's just to charge the battery. Anyway, I was going to make a couple hooks to hook on my belt anyway, because that way you can just push your controllers off onto your waist and not have to look for a place to put them. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take a quick break while we charge the battery, take the skull cap device, and by the way, that weighs almost nothing. I can put it on a scale, see how much it weighs, but it just doesn't seem to weigh hardly anything. But I could see how these two, oh, they're rubber, sitting on your head might be a little of a thing. We'll see. And it looks like, I don't know what this indentation is for. I don't know. It doesn't push. Okay. So we got the battery on charge. Now we're going to see how much this weighs. In ounces, 3.2 ounces. And for those in grams, 190 grams. So that's what it's adding to your head. The battery, on the other hand, which is on charge, is very heavy. All right, so currently, this is what we got. I've got the harder, newer headset. And I've got a little clip on it because I found it necessary that this just wasn't enough to keep that from ganking, and I didn't want to have any pressure on there. So this little clip took care of that really nicely. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the strap off. We're going to go ahead and remove this, take the cables out, and remove the cable. I'll do that right now. I'm not going to show you because most people figured that out all themselves. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that literally took almost no time at all. Now, I didn't have the 3-in-1 cable, the newer version, so I still had the wider cable. So we take our little conglomeration of cables here, and they want us to take with the end with the extra USB part, and they made a nice little wide place there in the middle so you can fit the cables one at a time. Of course, I'm having trouble. Well, they just really are. You just tilt them in there. All right. Now see, they labeled stuff really nicely. The cord, see, it says 2B, that says 2B, 1C, 2A. So everything is labeled really nicely. 1B, 1A, 1C. So you really can't screw it up as far as hooking things up. So that's good. I went ahead, put the cables through, snap this off, put the cables through the top first, then into the little plastic piece, and then into the places. Before I was coming from underneath of the strap and then coming around the side of the headset with the other cable. So this time you go through the top of what holds on to the strap. Now the strap, if you got a small head, you try to adjust this strap, you got to pull this off. You can't get in here very easily. It would be a pain in the butt. So I got a pretty big melon, so mine fits outside pretty easily. Went ahead and weighed the whole thing. The whole thing weighs 2 pounds, just like it is. With this thing connected to the battery, this thing's going to weigh 2 pounds, or a kilogram. That's it. Not much. Helmets are a lot heavier than that. So Also, I expected TPCast to be in the front instead of the cables. I don't know why, just that's how my brain works. But TPCast is in the rear. Make sure you do that. I also took the little Velcro that came with the hard strap, and I wrapped it around this again just in case to keep this from pulling and yanking it through the headset. And there it is. So 2 pounds all hooked up. Now the battery is on charge. I'm thinking about making a 3D clip for this on the printer, just because the idea of taking this and a battery and shoving it in this little bag, I think that creates heat issues. And they made this mesh bag. It's like double mesh. You got big mesh and then you got little tiny mesh inside. It's a nice bag, but they want you to put this in here and strap it around your waist, and I would rather do something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 3D printed clip of some sort to go around the back here, up and maybe over for a belt loop. And then I'm going to take something with Velcro, because the weight of the battery literally is so heavy, if you were to do anything, it would pop right off the plugs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere something to the battery, a Velcro strap of some sort, and then wrap it around this right above the saddle pieces of plastic there, and that would hold the battery in place and still make it easy to pop out and recharge. And like I said before, the battery is being charged right now. Everything is labeled really well, 1D, 1E, 1E, 1D. So it's really hard to get things screwed up. They got little indents for you to make sure the cable goes in the right spot, even though it doesn't go that far. I don't know why they bothered to. Why would you bother to do that? I don't understand that. This is big enough. These little pieces of holes here, it doesn't matter. It's not going to guard anything. That's as low as this goes. So that's silly. Now this might, but the other wasn't even close. Plus, they did it where this has to cross over to plug in. And it does actually fit in the little hole, the little divot that they put in there. The other one does not. It just, but look at that, it crosses. That's silly. Why would you make it like that? I don't know. Maybe because I got to have it upside down. Let me twirl it. All right, so there you go. Now it's right. My bad. Okay, so there. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, everything else is exactly like I've said. I've gone ahead of myself. I'm building without reading simply because I'm an idiot, and that's what I do. So my mistakes hopefully will not be your mistakes. Like I said, currently I'm charging the battery. I don't know how long it's going to take. We'll see. When we got the battery, it only had 1 tick on it, and so we got it on a speed charger to get this done as soon as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and read through this. I'm going to hook the rest of this stuff up. If I come across anything bizarre or weird or something that just doesn't make any sense, I'll throw it out there to you and let you. All right, so the battery turns out to weigh 12.5 ounces, and that's what, 750 grams. Now, so far, this was pretty easy. I mean, we just plugged it in like it said. Basically, you're taking whatever your network was to your computer, you're plugging it into the WAN part, which is the port, which is the blue one. Then you can take their supplied cable, which literally is like this scrawny little nothing. It's worthless. So I hooked on my own cable and went to the back. Now later, we'll mount this probably on the wall. Speaking of walls, that is where we've got the transmitter receiver just kind of hanging right now. Before, we had the Vive hooked up on an overhead system. Now the cable is just up there hanging and enjoying itself. So there, and you can see the little light is blinking. All right, so light blinking, and all I did was plug stuff up. Oh, the USB cable, which you can see right there, is not hooked up. They do say that in the instructions. So all you're hooking up is the HDMI and the power cable. Okay, the first oddball thing now that I've come across is it says, as you hooked up everything, it says here, run the wireless adapter connection assistant. Double click the PC desktop client icon, which there isn't one, after the client started. It'll automatically test the wireless adapter, all this kind of crap. That there's nothing. There's nothing that there's no program that they give you. So if you look on the website, it says client software installation. Download the software client. So you have to go to TPCast VR and download the PC client and install the connection assistant software. They don't tell you to do that in the instructions. So know that you have to do that next. So you go to their website, and down at the bottom, they have installation software. That's my guess as to what they want me to do. And it says download. That's it. So we hope that that is what they want. It says TPCast Vive setup. We're downloading it, so let's hope that we're not downloading some crazy virus. This is from their website, which takes you to a Google Drive that has the software on it. Okay, so while that was downloading, I went ahead and I clicked support, and that took me to customer support. Download the TPCast wireless connection assistant. So there we have it. And that is basically the same thing that we already downloaded. TPCast Vive Setup Execute. So it's the same thing, it's just a different way to get to it. So whether you go to support or whether you go to the bottom of the page and you go to installation software, it doesn't matter. It takes you to the same place. And there's a video adapter installation video thing that you can look at, and the TPCast wireless adapter user guide. So a lot of stuff here. Go to their website, check it out. Okay, so after the install, it says, do you want to launch it? Sure, why not? Okay, now I probably got to go get the battery. Oh, please refer to the label on the power box to input your Wi-Fi name and password of the standard router. All right, while I do this, I'm also going to go ahead and get the battery, even though it's not fully charged. It's been sitting on there for probably about 2 hours now since I got home. So still waiting for it, but I'm sure it's good enough to do this test. So after putting in the password and stuff that you find on the back of your battery, not battery, but the power supply that the battery hooks into, that's where you'll find your password and login for your router. It comes up with this. So you got connection to the receiver, connection to the power box, transmitter, connection to the router. So, okay, each one of these is just simply directions on what to do. So you got the connection diagram, the connection to the receiver, and the power box. Basically everything we've already went through in the book. And each one has its own little set of directions here. Yellow port, PC host, blue port, so all this kind of stuff. So now the one thing we're going to check on, which I think everything's hooked up and working. And if you look, lights be blinking. Green light up there is, let's see, I think it's now steady, isn't it? Yeah, that's a steady light now. So just with a forceful push, I'm getting 3 of 4 lights. Little red light in there. Nothing else. Well, I guess there's a little green light in there too. So that's it. Let's test this out and see what happens. We got a green light on top of the well, it's out of focus now. There. Green light on top of the unit, and a green light on the side of the Vive. And if we look inside, we got video of some sort. I don't know, I'll have to put it on. But it looks like that's all it is. there was really nothing to hook up and check out. Once I installed the software, it just did whatever it had to do. So I'm going to close out of this. Oh, here it says, Wi-Fi settings succeeded. Please continue to play after replugging the power. Okay, so I guess that means unplug it and replug it? I don't know. I'm going to play it like it is now. And this says, check your internet connection. Smart screen is unreachable. Can't help you decide if this app is okay to run. That's because it's from China. We've already done this, so we ain't going to do it twice. I must have double-clicked it. Yeah, I double-clicked it. So, I think that should be it. Connection assistance. Start. Checking the power box connection. Checking cable connection. Cable detect. System load. And connection complete. Please start VR software. All right. Actually, we kind of already have Steam up and going, so we're going to, I think we're going to re-establish our VR setup. All right, I just got to hook up some connectors. Let's, or some paddles. All right, for some reason I got one that says blue, one that says green. Why is that? There. That was weird. Okay, don't know why. Anyway, so everything's hooked up. Now we got an exclamation point over the headset. Let's see what it's asking us to do. I'm not sure what the symbol there is. Oh, now it's gone. So, I don't know. Update available. So we're going to go ahead and do the update. Now, I don't know if that update was because there was just simply an update due, or if it was because of hooking this up. I have no idea. But we're doing the update. And as soon as that's done, we'll do a reboot of the Vive system, and we're going to try this sucker out. All right. All the updates were made. I just shoved this thing in my pocket. Putting on the headset as we speak. Now, it's currently in the little Vive room with all my stuff on the wall. It seems very clear, no issues. Picking up my, now I could create more, I guess, space now that I don't have my headset cord stopping me from going anywhere. Controllers are all here. The batteries are charged. So we're going to go ahead and try something. Basically, you're just going to have to take my word for the fact that I'm doing something. I'm going to try one of my more favorite games here, which is Space Pirate Trainer. I mean, so far, like, I hear the little critters screaming in the background, and, you know, little birds, and you can see the butterflies outside, the birds outside. Everything looks exactly like it does normally. Space Pirate Trainer, here we go. Centered up. Everything looks good. I see nothing wrong. I'm going to change my weapons here real quick. go. Let's see how well this thing works. First wave complete. So far, I mean, I can't see anything wrong with it whatsoever. I mean, everything is perfect. There's no lag, there's no nothing. Wave 4, I mean, it's just really, it's... But the feeling of freedom is crazy. I don't have this restriction anymore around me. This is awesome. I don't feel like I'm gonna, you know, tie into death here. I like this. I'm gonna have to increase the size of my play area simply because I don't have to deal with the crap anymore. I mean, just, oh, this is awesome. Oh, took a hit. All right, we're going to have to use the shield for a bit. Whoa, okay, now I just got a gray screen of death there for a second. I don't know if that was because I put something in the way of the device. Okay, it went gray again. Not sure why it's going gray. It came back immediately. It was gray though for just a few seconds. Okay, went gray again. So it's gone gray on me 3 times. Like I said, I don't know why. But it did. No problems, no other problems with the oh, I got hit from the back, you little bastards. Finished. I had 3 times where it went gray. I'm not sure why that was. It lasted for less than a second, but the entire area, I don't know if you saw it on here if it went gray, but I did notice it in here when it went gray. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through it one more time after I go ahead and reset up my play area and see what happens. All right, there's a possibility that I'm having issues because the way I've got the transmitter receiver up on the ceiling, just kind of hanging there. And it's possible that because I'm facing away from it and I would tilt my head sometimes, there's a possibility that I'm actually blocking the signal somehow. I don't know if I'm actually doing that. Plus, feeling it, there's some heat up here. Now, I don't feel it on my head, but I can definitely feel it with my hand if I put my hand up here. This sucker's, you know, kind of toasty. I mean, it's not going to like burn me or nothing, but it is kind of warm. Again, I don't feel it on my head, the heat, and I would, but it's not there. So, just to let you know, I'm going to try one more time. Try to keep in mind that that is behind me. I got 3 lives. Let's see how long they last. And by the way, I didn't notice that thing on my head in the least. Not at all. I mean, I just don't even realize it's there. I don't know if it's just because I'm into the game or what, but yeah, don't feel it. Pretty awesome. Oh, thank you very much for being up there. All right, so I had tracking loss of one of my weapons out there, and I went gray one time. Again, I think that's because of positioning. I'd still say the freedom is beyond anything that I've experienced. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. And I got a hell of a workout. So I'd say this was a win-win. I love the hell out of it. What I plan to do later, I'm going to go ahead and move that, maybe angle it more towards the play area, clear up the ceiling a little bit, take out some of the items that may be in the way. But overall, this was pretty awesome. I'll reset up the room and aim it to where I'm playing more forward toward the device instead of away from the device. And I'll see if that makes a difference. But that's all for now.